Hello everybody, this is Katra and you're watching Heroes of the Storm. Welcome to my channel, by the way. If you're new here, make sure to hit subscribe and tell all your friends about this girl who thinks she knows how to play this. But anyway, back to the game, or let's begin the game rather. We have Zeratul, me, Nova, Lili, and Tyrael. The enemy team has Tyrande, Diablo, another Murky, and another Lili, and another Nova.
The gates
so
shall
it's
open in
sort of even,
10
except
seconds.
the other guys have two healers.
5, 4,
We only
3,
have one healer on our team, and that's Lili, but we have two stealth assassins, which is good for team fights. And I'm expecting a lot of team fights on this map because this map will spawn two terrors in the middle, or rather one at the top middle and one at the bottom middle. I hope that makes sense, but you guys will see that later. And during those events, when night falls and those garden terrors appear, team fights usually erupt around that area to try and fight for the seeds. Because on this map, you need to gather seeds to summon your own garden terror that will be channeled from one of your teammates, or even yourself if you wanted it. And then you can control that freakishly huge golem plant thingy and attack the enemy base. Now at the moment I am on the top lane trying to fight for control with another Murky, and I must admit it is pretty cute. It's using that grunty skin. He's trying to pretend he's Jim Raynor without the gun, but okay, Lili is trying to give chase, but it's a little bit too early in the game for her to be able to kill me. And I'm doing the smart thing, or rather the cowardly thing, and I ran away. So the night fell, or night falls, rather. Sorry, not a native speaker, but I did my best. Anyway, night falls and the garden terrors will appear, and as you can see, Tyrael and I are trying to gather as many seeds as possible without being interrupted, except of course I'm Murky and super squishy and I tend to die a lot, which isn't a problem because my egg is at the top lane and I can easily go here to help my buddy farm this giant beast of plants. Now, the other team is doing the same thing at the bottom terror, and our friendly Nova is trying to get or give us vision of that, and in case we do finish our garden terror first, we can easily go down there and try to interrupt them, except both teams seem to have killed their garden terror at the same time, so we're pretty much even in terms of seeds, and I believe our friendly Nova had tried to steal some of the seeds from them, which is probably why we're pretty much even. Our team fight has just erupted and our team is trying to chase down enemy Nova, which got away, and now we are trying to chase down Diablo and Lili. Now Lili is, well, it's really hard to catch her. She has a passive trait that lets her run away quickly, but the trade-off was quite nice. We let Lili go away, but we killed their Nova. Now, our Lili, if you can see, is wearing her Master Skin. This means she has played a lot of Lili games, or a lot of games as Lili, so this means she's very experienced as compared to the other Lili character that's using her old skin, and it's also on the first skin tint, or it's on the free skin tint that's available. It's not even on the first unlockable. Anyway, Lili, our Lili, is trying to farm mercenary camps this early in the game, which is a very good thing to do, except I don't really have that much damage, but the friendly Nova is there to help us anyway, so that's alright. So here, let's see, somebody just tried to kill Diablo, or rather killed Diablo already, but that's alright. We're going to try to push middle lane, but I'm not really going to get involved with that. I'm just a Murky. I'm trying to find the other guy's egg, and I couldn't, so it looked like it was a pretty safe place where I left mine. So I'm just gonna try to interrupt whatever it is they're doing here. Now the top lane looks like they're doing something. Okay, I think that's possibly enemy Nova, but sorry, my camera is kind of stuck on Murky at this point because that's my character and I like looking at it. I'm sorry. Okay, the enemy Tyrande tries to confront us with her stun, but fails. And now Murky and Toronto are trying to kill me, but so far I've been doing a pretty good job of evading their attacks. I had to go back to the well to heal up, and that's a death for the enemy Toronto because my team just stormed from the top lane and kind of took her by surprise. Now the knight has fallen again, and we're here to gather more seeds. We have now managed to gather enough seeds, 105 and counting, enough seeds to summon our own garden care, but we're not going to do that yet because at this point in the game, it would not be that significant. It wouldn't be noticeable, and what most people usually do is they gather as many seeds as possible, sometimes even up to 400 seeds, so they can continuously spawn a garden terror for 4 consecutive times. And at the moment, our team has gathered almost 200, almost, but not quite. The enemy team is still not finished with killing their garden terror up at the top lane, so we are going to try to steal it from them. Alright, they are almost done, and there, down goes the garden terror, but we are going to try to still damage them, even for just a little. I summoned March of the Murlocs, but it didn't look like it killed anybody, so I was quite disappointed during that run. Our garden terror in the meantime is already pushing the middle lane. The enemy team doesn't look like they're defending that much. They only said, okay, here they come. Nova and Lili, but they're being chased down by our Zeratul, which blinked out of the way quickly as soon as the other team has gathered. And now this is going to be between 2 garden terrors. Our garden terror is trying to ignore the enemy garden terror and is continuing to push the lane, which is the smart thing to do. If you're going to get the garden terror, just let the other team or your other teammates take care of the team fight. Because, well, to be honest, we have 2 assassins and a pretty good healer, so we weren't really in that much of a trouble, so that's okay. It looks like I am kind of dead here, but because my egg is nearby, I just had to ride back in there, get back in the action, and Tyrande is down again. This is looking like their Tyrande is a super noob Tyrande and doesn't really know how to Tyrande very well. But our Nova picks up that kill on her again. Enemy Nova is trying to chase her, but Tyrael comes to the rescue. Drops the sword of Eldrin. And I'm trying to be a hero, and I'm trying to keep them there and distract them, which of course will kill me, and it did, but my egg again is nearby, so I could just ride back into battle and try to be as annoying as possible. Now, friendly Tyrael is trying to engage the enemy Murloc, but I don't think that's going to be profitable, or no, that's not really advisable because Murky will just respawn anyway. So here, I was a little fool and tried to take the mercenary camp by myself and paid for it with my little Murky life. Now my teammates on the other hand are pretty much successful in taking this mercenary camp that's closer to the enemy base because there's 3 of them to start with. And okay, Zeratul just killed the enemy Murky, who is trying to do a silly little backdoor attempt with 2 siege stuns. I believe the enemy Murky took the talent called Bribe, and what Bribe does is it will stack up to 20, or for 20 stacks of Bribe, or for 20 stacks of creep kills, you get 1 Bribe, and then it can stack up to 20 times, and instead of having to kill the enemy or the mercenary camp, all you need to do is just pay them up. Now somebody killed my egg, so in sort of a panic, I ran back to the base and deposited my egg within the altar. I don't know really what they call it right now, but I'll still call it Altar of the Storms. So, since I'm there anyway, I took the Garden Terror, and we're gonna try to push mid. But we saw the enemy down at the bottom lane, almost at the bottom lane, and we decided to engage. And down goes someone, and Diablo. I should have body blocked Diablo on that run to secure that kill, but I was quite busy trying to be a Garden Terror because normally if you're the Garden Terror, you're going to do tons of damage to enemy structures. So you'll want to take advantage of that while I still can. And since they almost killed me already here, I'm gonna just explode and take their base down with it. I'm trying to do a March of the Murlocs on that attempt, but it didn't look like it pushed through. Oh wait, no. March of the Murlocs was successfully pulled off on that attempt, so that means that the enemy base are already down. And I just let my little Murky buddies, or my other Murloc buddies, die for me. Now, looks like the enemy team is pushing our bottom lane, and okay, found the enemy Murloc egg, and I'm gonna die for that. That's okay. That's gonna just take maybe 5 seconds to respawn, and then another 10 seconds to ride back into battle, which isn't really a long time. Because at this level, at level 16, if I die, I'll probably take maybe 20 to 30 seconds before I can respawn. Now my team has spotted people farming the mercenary camps on our side and decided to take them on and take them out. Where they're pretty much successful during that attempt, and they took out 3 people from the enemy team, not including Murky. So that's a win. That's a win for me. Now, I've already respawned and I'm riding back into battle, and looks like I'm in the mood for more mercenary camps, and Tyrael has decided to help me because he knows that I kinda suck at this and I'll probably die if I'm alone. Now the enemies have spawned their own Guardian Terror, so we're gonna have to do our best to try and stop that. At the moment, I'm the only one, or wait, Tyrael is trying to help out, so we ignore the Guardian Terror for now, and we're gonna engage in a team fight. Enemy Lili tried to use Jug of 1,000 Cups, but it died. And then our Lili used her own ultimate to keep the rest of my team alive. Now the Guardian Terror is alone right now, and this is the enemy Murky. And it's not really gonna get away. Not from 5 people. Hey, I saw that bird. That was the enemy Tyrande shooting us a nice sentinel arrow. I wanted to take this camp, but nobody's coming with me, so why bother? Let's just push mid or something. The Zeratul is scouting the area, and there goes another Tyrande snipe attempt, but was not really very successful. Now my enemy, or my team, not the enemy, my team has responded to my ping and decided to help out with the mercenary camp, which in turn got us a kill, a Diablo kill. Because Diablo was trying to be a hero and farming camps by himself. Trying to be a hero in Heroes of the Storm is not a very good thing. Apparently, if you try to be a hero and you're alone, you die. Every time you're alone, you die. It's like a horror movie. The guy who strays away from the group first is the first to die, most of the time. Now we are doing a decent push down at the bottom lane with the mercenary camp, or with farmed mercenaries. The knight camp is with us. Now the enemy team has summoned some sort of repair bot to try and negate the damage that we do to the towers, except that's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough for Murky. Now that was a decent kill, but I think Tyrael's gonna die here. Tyrael might, no, nobody's gonna die. And Zeratul gets away from that. Wow. That was great healing from Lili. So we have Tyrael, Zeratul, and Lili still alive on my team, and the other guys, they're pretty much complete. And me, I don't really count as a death since my egg is at the altar, so they can't really kill me. They can't. They just can't. Which, it's okay. Somebody's gonna bribe this camp, and Zeratul, he didn't know Zeratul was following him, and he just thought it was me, so he thought that he could pretty much take on another Murloc. But he was wrong. Zeratul was there. And that's my problem with these self-assassins. They're really good at killing people when those people are taken by surprise. I guess that's why they're assassins. Now, if our Nova and our Zeratul stick together, they can pretty much hunt anyone. Anyone, even Tyrael. That was a, I wouldn't say well-placed ultimate from our Nova, but it did drive them away, so that's fine by me. Okay, I think the enemy Tyrande, her talent build looks like she augmented every sentinel spell or every sentinel enhancing talent was used, except it doesn't really feel that way. The level difference isn't really that great, and the enemy team can still take this game from us. But it doesn't look like they're doing anything. Everybody's busy doing their own thing, and for one thing, their Murky is doing or is pushing lanes by himself, which isn't what Murky do now. Once they have patched it, Murky isn't really just a pusher. Murky can do team fights now, and sometimes I think that Murky is better used as an assassin killer. Because if you couple envenom, which is what I got, if you couple envenom with all my slime spells, they're gonna die of something nasty, toxic poison and stuff from a fish thing. I wouldn't even call Murky a fish person. Persons are, well, they're kind of human. Oh, hello there, Egg. I'm not really sure why Zeratul just ran past it, but I saw it and I had to take a shot at it. Being a fellow Murky is like, no egg. And when I can't really explain it properly. There's this feeling there's this satisfying feeling of something when you get to kill somebody else's egg and you know that yours is safe at home. Zeratul died during that exchange, but Tyrael gets away, which is okay. The level difference is now almost nothing because they're level 21, we're level 22, so they can still turn this around. And Lili and we're now besties. In my previous Murky games, I used to like being alone and just pushing lanes by myself and just doing a suicide bomber thing, like throw myself at the wall and explode. But having a healer with you isn't really that bad, and it makes farming a whole lot safer. And you know that, hey, I left the seed over there just to run here, which is not that bad. I think it was a good thing that I ran here. There's a huge team fight ongoing, and Lili pops the ultimate to save their little lives, which she does. Gotta give her credit for that. And our Nova's gonna go down from that fight. Enemy Diablo used his ultimate spell and managed to stun the rest of us, but I'm a Murky. I have to do this before I die. Summoning Mark of the Murloc before I die, that makes me happy. So Tyrael and Lili are still alive and trying to chase down Diablo and the enemy Lili, and they get away. That's okay. They're entitled to that. That's their base. And it looks like they're still trying to repair that, but since I was back at the base anyway, I took the Garden Terror again, and we're gonna try to push this for the win. We'll try. I'm not promising anything, but we're trying. As I mentioned earlier, having the Garden Terror in the enemy territory will easily kill off their structures. And if I use my debuffs correctly, or my polymorph, my AoE polymorph, that would greatly reduce damage taken and increase damage given to the enemy team that falls on that AoE spell. Now, I am almost dead here, and I will not run away because I'm a Murky and I don't care if I die. And before I die, I will summon Mark of the Murloc again because the enemy core is almost dead. Oh, okay, die. Oh, yeah, that was quite disappointing, I know. I was very disappointed. 3%. There was 3% life left on that core, so if there was even a single siege giant or maybe an arrow from one of our creep waves, anything that could have killed that, I would have been happy. But if you think about it, Nova or Zeratul could just sneak in and take a few shots at it and it'll be over. Come on, guys. Yep, I think that's what Nova is trying to do right now, but nope, she's going after Diablo. And the core has healed almost to half health. Why? Why are you doing this to me? But I guess this will give us more opportunity to try and be heroes. And Jug of 1,000 Cups is up and it's enough to keep Tyrael alive. Friendly Nova is now attacking the core as well as a couple of catapults from our base, which means GG. That's it, guys. Thank you all for watching and come play with me soon. Leave me your battle tags, but not in the comments. You can just send me a private message for that, for security purposes, you know, so people just don't randomly add you. Unless you'd want that, leave them in the comments below. And make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe. Yeah, subscribing is a good thing. Bye now.